Well, guys, we've done a lot, and I mean a lot of recording and just events and so much over the last 2 seasons of Inside the Game. A big shout out to everybody who's been a part of our show. This is episode 100, and we're looking back at the last 2 years. Like, it's been a roller coaster of events, I would say. Corey, why don't you kick this one off, buddy?
Well, man, let me tell you, this 2 years has flown by. As long as some of those recording nights felt, and you know how these editing nights on weekends sometimes, like it's gone by quick. And to see kind of where we've started, you know, kind of where we were at, you had the halfway point a year ago, and where we're at now, it's kind of amazing to see the transition from, you know, kind of what your vision was when you asked all of us to be a part of this. And it's amazing, man. We've had so many great opportunities. We've met so many awesome people. You know, we've been to these great events. We've interviewed awesome developers. I mean, we're doing that all the time still. And the fact that we're at home doing this right now doesn't necessarily hinder us at all. I feel like, you know, we've just flourished during this time. You know, as unfortunate as it is for some, I think this has been really good for ITG. I think we've really grown here, and I think this platform that we've created for ourselves and this community that we've built over the last 2 years has been is just only getting better, and it's only getting bigger. So I'm excited, man. This has been an awesome 2 years.
Yeah, I'm with Corey on that one. I mean, first of all, again, thank you guys, and especially Drew, like, for bringing me on board. But I have to sort of say, it's like, to see something like when we go to the shows, like if it's like the EGLX, like Destiny Swords, and all these game developers showing off their games, and then I'm seeing in Twitter like it's coming on Steam. I feel so proud for them, like a dad and the kids. It's like
they did it.
Saw them, you know, where they're showing off the game, and now they're on a console. I was like, I get so overwhelmed, and it's just like I'm so chuffed that I was there, and I feel like I was on part of the ride with them. Yeah, if you know what I mean.
For sure.
So that kind of thing, and like I said, I've learned so much, whether it's like the editing side of things, Photoshop, like helping build the show, you know, that kind of thing. I've learned so much, met some amazing people, you know, when we met the Kind of Funny guys.
All right, so I'm here with one of the coolest teams in video games. I'm talking to the Kind of Funny crew. How are you guys doing?
We're good.
Should we harmonize?
We're great. Yeah, we're great.
So if you don't know, we got Greg, Nick, and Andy joining us today.
You know, it was, you know, when we sort of in their VIP lounge, it was like, wow. Do you know what I mean? It's like you said, this would be us one day, all the food platters, and it's just the whole thing. It's just like, it's just amazing buzz and feeling. And it, for me as well, like, used to be a game and then sort of come out of it for a long time, just to basic life, and then get back into it again. And it's just love seeing you guys and the passion, and, you know, watching your reviews and the interviews and everything, and just being part of you guys is amazing for me. And that's been my amazing 2 years, you know.
Oh yeah, man. And honestly, like, we couldn't do it without you, dude. Especially back in the day when we were all behind, you know, one camera, and you were having to take care of our audio and all this stuff, man. Like, you've been a huge part, and you know, for all of you guys too. We've all put so much time and effort into it, and, you know, kind of like Corey said, we've come so far. You know, starting off as this 200,000, you know, roughly 200,000 people on Rogers TV local in our city, Barrie, to go to over 1 billion potential viewers. Like, it's just, it's pretty wild. And I'm just super excited to see what the future actually brings, especially after COVID, once we can actually hang out, you know, and just be beside each other and do things kind of properly again.
No, for sure. It's, you know, I always wanted to do this, and I needed to find the team that was able to do it with me. And it just worked. It's funny how it worked, right? It
is crazy how it worked. You should explain.
Okay, so basically a lot of us came from one place. We all worked somewhat together in a sense. myself, and Steve all worked for an electrical division, and then Corey would come in to actually buy parts for us. Nate leaves, Steve's there, and then I decided to go, you know what, I'm gonna start this TV show. Yo, you guys interested? They're like, cool, this sounds pretty cool. I'm like, all right, cool, let's go for dinner. Here's my game plan. 2 years later, we have talked to so many developers. We have had the pleasure of going to Ubisoft Montreal to talk with Adam Kleinman and Leroy and talk about Rainbow Six, one of our favorite games on the show that we play like religiously. Like, Nate and I are like, almost every night still to this day playing, right? And then everybody just jumps in. Scott will be there, and then Corey jumps in, and Steve's there. Whether he's shooting somebody in the back or not, Steve's still there.
I've got better. I've been improving on my game plans. Yeah.
Right? But it was just, I always wanted the ability to hang out with my friends and talk about video games, and that's what I've been able to create with you guys. So first of all, thanks to you guys. Now, we now have Scott, who has filled a void for us, and then we had Adam join just as of recently as well to expand our team, and it's only made us stronger and a better, I think, an overall show production-wise. And it's just everything seems to fall in place now, I think, is where it is. Because I remember being at about the 1 year mark and go, this is pretty cool. Man, I don't know. Like, you know, everybody has their doubts as you kind of progress further along. But I think the overall thing was, when we get together, whether it's right now throughout the pandemic, we have laughs, or when we're in front of the green screen. Man, I was looking at some of our bloopers. Oh, boys, that was fun. Oh, man. I can't wait for that segment in this episode. It's hilarious. Yeah. So the amount of laughs we had and still do is why I wanted to do this, right? To get up every day and say, hey, I hang out with my friends and talk about games. So I'm honored to not only be in this industry, but to have you guys with me. So thank you.
Yeah, like I just recently got on with you guys, I think, 3 or 4 months now, and it's been awesome. I'm so glad you guys invited me to hang out and try this. Like I always, like me and Corey went to school together, and we loved editing and all that. And I went to school for marketing, and, you know, lo and behold, I work in a manufacturing plant. So it gave me this cool outlet to kind of, you know, use my diplomas and try to use some of my creativity and help you guys with a bit more structure, or, you know, so you can kind of concentrate, because I got to see what you guys do each week now, and it's a crazy amount of work, right?
Yeah.
Off your plate, you can concentrate on just the games and just the reviews. Like, I'm happy to do it. I'm really thankful you guys let me join you guys. It's been fun.
I'm glad you did, Adam. Thanks, man. Scott, you came in. You came in as well. I think at a pivotal time for us. For those who didn't know, Scott actually had a bit of a leave of absence and is now back as well. Scott, if you want, it's up to you if you want to talk about that little incident. But dude, we're so glad to have you back. It's definitely been missed. I'm glad you're a part of the show as well.
Oh, I absolutely don't mind mentioning it. I came and joined you guys at a great time, and I really was welcomed to the team, and I felt like, you know, I had a place in this organization, and it's been a long, but at the same time, a fast-paced year. You know, I look back at the memories, and there's a lot of things that we've done, EGLX and just all the different trips we've gone on, and there's been a slew of games, but the year has gone by really quickly because it's been a lot of fun, and everything for me has been super enjoyable. And I did unfortunately have to take a step away from the show for a little while due to an accident, but I'm glad to be back and in full capacity and ready to keep the slew of games going. It's been great.
No, it's great to have you back. Yeah, for sure. No.
Well, like Scott, man, you've always been the animal of games. I mean, we all love to play games, but as soon as Scott hops in, he's just like, yeah, I'll take this one. I'll take this one. You know, when we're all this bogged down, it's like he'll just somehow take an extra 2 games or something. Yeah. And then put out a solid solo review. So, like, dude, honestly, props to you. And even the day you came back from, you know, the hospital, you started working, because I had to take a little tiny leave of absence, because, you know, this whole year has been a wild year, but that'll just say, dude, just thank you again, because it's crazy, man. You're crazy.
Yeah, it was definitely funny to see Scott come back and go, I'll take this one, and this one. I'm like, dude, you just got back. Like, hold up a little bit.
How did he turn his computer on?
He turns it on, nothing works.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I got nothing working now.
Yeah.
I didn't play games for 2 months. All I had was Fortnite, so I was ready to just, change that up for sure.
No, it's definitely exciting to do what we do. The video game industry is always such a fast-paced industry. There's always something new and exciting to talk about. I think that's one of the things that keeps us going. It's because we're never talking about the same thing twice, right? We're never bored when you talk about the world of video games. There's just somebody's moving around, or the new studio's coming in, or there's a new game to talk about, or even an old game that comes back. Right? There's so much to cover all the time, and it is 24 hours isn't enough in one day, right? So we're
you see how many
fortunate.
times I post news up? I see something. It's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, geez. Yeah, 24 hours.
Yeah, no, the last 2 years have been an absolute roller coaster, and I can't wait for the next roller coaster. We're only getting started. 100 episodes in, that's nothing for what we got coming.